Alright, continuing on into section 2 of chapter 12, annual percentage yield. So your annual percentage yield, also abbreviated as your APY, it is also called the effective annual yield. The APY is the rate of return on your investment for a 1-year period. The higher the APY, the better the investment. So basically this APY just tells you how much the percentage of money, like the percentage, it's going to be a percentage, and this percentage is telling you how much you're getting back. And since we are doing an investment, you're putting your money into something and you want more, you're trying to get more money back from that, you're going to want a higher APY. The higher the APY, the more money you're getting back. Now to find your annual percentage yield, you're going to take the interest that you earn in 1 year, and this is only effective over a 1-year length of time, and you're going to divide it by that principal. So how much you earn in 1 year divided by how much you put in. So Randall Ray invests $5,000 in a certificate of deposit for 3 years. The certificate earns interest at an annual rate of 5.25% compounded quarterly. What is the annual percentage yield to the nearest thousandth of a percent? So we're going to need that chart again from 12.1. It is still attached to this as well, actually, in your notes in Google Classroom. The amount of $1 daily invested, daily, monthly, and quarterly compounding on page A14. So you need to know what your amount for a year is, because remember, to find the interest for a year, you got to find the amount for a year, then you got to find the compound interest, and that is your interest for the year. So in this case, doing a little bit of what we did yesterday, to find your amount, you're going to have to take that original principal and to multiply it by the amount of the dollar that you get. Remember, do not round that amount of $1. Leave it as that long decimal that it is. The longer the decimal, the more accurate your answer is going to be. So the original principal is, how much is he investing? He's investing $5,000. Alright. Even though it says for 3 years, APY is only over a 1-year period. So you would only be in the 1 year. So we are at a 5.25% compounded quarterly. That's what you need. 5.25% compounded quarterly. So going to 1 year into quarterly right here. And down to 5.25%. They meet right here. So they meet at 1.053543. That product is actually going to give you $5,267 with 72 cents. Now remember, this is actually the amount. So after the end, at the end of 1 year, this is how much money you'll have in your certificate of deposit. So to find how much you earn, you're going to take that amount that you just found out and subtract the original principal. So how much you have now minus how much you put in. We have $5,267 with 70 cents minus $5,000. It's actually going to give us a total of $267 with 70 cents. Sorry, I'm very color coordinated. Our interest. Alright, notice you just need the interest for a 1-year period, which is what we found, and you need the principal. So we have the principal right here. We have the interest. So now you just got to take that interest for 1 year and divide it by that principal. So it'll be $267 with 70 cents divided by $5,000 is going to give you a decimal of 0.05354, or if you want 1,000th of a percent To change this decimal to a percent, remember, either multiply by 100 or move the decimal to the right twice. This is the hundredth. This is the thousandth. No, it's the 10th, 100th, 1000th. Yeah, 10th, 100th, 1000th. So you want to stop on this one right here. This is where we're going to end the decimal, or our percent. So it's going to be 5.354%. That is the yield. That is a total amount that they're going to get back. It's actually a pretty good number if they're getting about 5% back. That's actually not that bad, considering, and then at the end of the, that's 5% per year, so like 267. If you wanted to find out how much they would get at the end of 3 years, you could just multiply that by 3, which looks to be about $700, $800, somewhere around there. So, another thing is, sometimes you don't know which account to get. So, Galina Villarreal can invest $10,000 at either 4.75% compounded daily for 4 years or 5% compounded quarterly for 4 years. Based on the annual percentage yield, which is the better investment? So note that he's either which way he's going with the percentage and the amount compounded, he's only putting down $10,000 as his principal. Now he can either do it at 4.75% daily for 4 years, or he can do it 5% quarterly for 4 years. It's the same length of time. The only difference is the percentage and how many times it's being compounded. Had these been the same exact percentage and asking, I would have said daily, because if they're both the same percentages and you're trying to figure out which one's better, it's better to do daily because they're more often. But the quarterly has a higher rate, so this time you're actually going to have to do all of the previous steps. So doing this little by little, I'm going to do the daily on one side, and I'm going to do the quarterly on the other. So to do the daily, you have your steps up here of how to do it. You're going to take that 10,000, and I'm going to change colors real fast just not to get confused. It's 4.75% compounded daily. Remember, we are in the 1 year because interest is over 1 year. Daily at 4.75%. That is going to be multiplied by 1.048643. That gives you a total of $10486.43. Then you're going to take that $10,486.43 and subtract the $10,000 to get $486.43. And this is the number we're going to want right here. We're not done yet, but we want that number, because then we're going to take that number and divide it by the original amount of 10,000. And this is going to give you 0.048643, which is 4.864%. So that's the annual percentage yield for doing the daily at 4.75%. Now, if we do the quarterly, we'd be doing that same exact principle, except this time it's 5% quarterly, so they meet right here, which is 1.050945. Which is going to give you 10,509 with 45 cents. Then take that 10,509 with 45 cents and subtract the original 10,000 from it, and you will get $509 with 45 cents. Even though you can tell right here which number is bigger, you still have to go ahead and find the annual percentage yield, because it exactly tells you based on the annual percentage yield. And then you're going to take that 509.45, divide it by 10,000. You're going to 0.0945, which is actually 5.095%. Remember, we stop right here, and the 5 rounds that 4 up. So now then, you're looking at the annual percentage yield. So you couldn't tell looking over here, but looking here, you can tell that 5% compounded quarterly is your better investment. You're getting more back doing the quarterly than you are doing the daily, and it might not seem much in 1 year, but it's going to make a difference in the 4 years. And that is the end of that.